Previously on X-Men.
Big good one here, and eventually we will like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, help promote and rank up my channel. So we're going to be doing a spoiler review of WandaVision episode 8. It really is impossible to review this episode without spoilers. So this episode is essentially unexplainer for everything that has led to the events of WandaVision. There's a lot of depth, substance, little details, like a lot of little details. I can't even begin to cover them all. A lot are probably going to slip my mind. But as Agatha takes Wanda down memory lane to try to understand how a girl that doesn't even understand the basic fundamentals for magic is able to hijack and control an entire town, as well as create vision in her kids out of thin air.
Capable of spontaneous creation. Your children, Vision, this whole little life you've made.
Now, I personally felt that I already knew most of this, so I'm a little bummed that I have to wait a whole nother week to see what happens. But for others that didn't understand the sitcom angle or who Agnes was, this episode will probably blow you away. It packs a real emotional punch, like get you right in the balls.
Waiting for you to reveal your true self.
As someone who knew most of these, had the answer to most of these questions, even though some of I was surprised by certain things. Certain things deviated my expectations, but for the most part, it kind of comes off as already knew most of this, so it felt like it didn't add too much for me, but there are some amazing, incredible, in-depth details to go over in this. So a lot of the cool, positive things. Agatha's backstory, the protection symbols in her lair, the M's, that the camera kind of lingers on, even though it's in the background, I really feel like is a nod for Magneto, because the shape, it kind of looks like Magneto's helmet. I was really impressed. And Pietro is actually a real person. But not sure if he's like multiverse Quicksilver. Agnes possessed him, just her eyes and ears, that's what he was for her. She couldn't get her brother that Wanda actually knows, because his body is on another continent, which likely means this isn't multiverse Quicksilver, because if she can't grab a body from another continent, then how is she supposed to pull somebody from the multiverse? Which would make this casting just cheap fan service, and that's really underwhelming. I also feel like that's really misleading, because what if he's the one like under witness protection? What if he crossed dimensions due to his unique power set? It's not out of the realm of possibility. He could have crossed dimensions. Agnes could have just, took control of somebody that conveniently happens to be Quicksilver from another multiverse. That is a stretch in itself, but
Snooper's gonna snoop.
There's got to be more here. And was Agnes controlling him when he caught Monica Rambeau? I honestly feel this should be real multiverse Quicksilver for the sake of preserving some of Wanda's sanity, but also because Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange 2 will have multiverse characters. This show is said to be the gateway into that, so why wouldn't he actually be Quicksilver? Why wouldn't that be the one that they get this ball rolling with? It actually makes more sense than anybody else.
How can you be certain?
It's not that kind of show.
So the bunny, Senior Scratchy, Agnes talks to the bunny. We don't hear it, but we hear something. We hear like the bunny whispers, and Agnes actually responds something to the effect of like, yeah, you're right, she looks so surprised. The bunny also eats a bird. I really believe that this is something demonic at play in here. Maybe you're evil. So
What's your secret, sister?
surprised to me, Hayward lied and Wanda didn't get to steal Vision. But he did want to use Vision as a weapon, so I was about 50-50 on that. He wanted her to bring Vision back online, not to get a proper funeral, because apparently he's made out of too much expensive stuff to bury to show some respect. So this led Wanda going to Westview and creating her own Vision, having seen Vision's body dismantled, like ripped out of the pages of the comic books. Amazing and emotionally devastating for Wanda. Imagine seeing your lover ripped apart on a table with people just casually cutting them up while you watch. So of course Wanda explodes emotionally, but when she does, visually the magic is different. Much like the goldust hue of the Mind Stone, Vision spawns from Wanda in those color tones, leaning me to believe that this Vision is real and has a real chance of surviving as long as he's maintained by Wanda. Because a really cool surprise was White Vision. Just like in the comics, sentient machine without the personality brought to life on the show thanks to that drone Wanda threw back at Hayward through her powers. They are able to power this spawn of Ultron, and that could lead to all kinds of things in itself. I'm really curious to see where this goes. Hayward, you dirty bastard, you do not know what you've just done.
Tried every type of power supply, when all we needed was a little energy directly from the source.
Alright, so a lot of little important things are revealed in here, such as why the accents come and go for Wanda and Pietro. And the family did TV night to learn English. That was a great explanation. And they did TV night. Also, it's consistently throughout Wanda's life, sitcoms were an enjoyable thing that provided her closure, a safe space from the death of her parents due to a Stark weapon, which she signed up for experimentations with Strucker. That led her down a path to fighting the Avengers with Ultron, to joining them and bonding with Vision, who is the spawn of Ultron. But Wanda had powers before the experiments, as revealed by the Stark weapon, and her brother that they thought was a dud all this time was actually Wanda's chaos magic of probability made it so where it was a dud without her ever realizing it. And the Infinity Stone in the experiments only amplified power that already existed within her, much like the Sorcerer Supreme title that Doctor Strange carries. The Scarlet Witch seems to be a title as well. So Agnes is jealous, envious of Wanda, because Wanda has mastered magic that she knows nothing about, while Agnes has been around for a very long time, is powerful, but not on the same level as Wanda. And she's baffled by this. She can't understand how Wanda created this entire world, this entire town, where all these people are forced to play by a script. Thousands of people forced to play by a script, synchronized timing, everything. It baffles this woman, because this is just unheard of. It's tremendous. So, in showing her past, we see, the family sitcom thing. The family sitcom night was a thing. Her father sold DVDs. They watched Dick Van Dyke and all the classics, even moderns like Malcolm in the Middle. They've done their own take on all these shows.
Season 2, episode 21.
Always sitcom.
So the whole sitcom thing wasn't a surprise to me. That was pretty much, I already assumed all that. That one of the things that was a surprise to me, we see Wanda interact with the Infinity Stone in the past for the first time at Vision. She has like a vision of who she's meant to be, the Scarlet Witch. It comes off like the Phoenix appearing to her. The Phoenix from X-Men, this mythical being, thought to be myth. This was absolutely awesome. That was amazing to me. This being thought to be a myth, which Agnes dubs the Scarlet Witch at the end. And the crown on Scarlet Witch, the headpiece, I feel has greater importance because Agnes, her own mother, donned a magical crown in trying to take Agnes down. We see there in the past, I think it was 1663 or something like that. I can't remember the exact year they showed, but it was at a time when, witch hunts were at the height.
This is chaos magic, Wanda. And that makes you the Scarlet Witch.
The episode packed a punch emotionally and visually. Elizabeth Olsen is an outstanding actress. Agnes is compelling. I love the episode title, Previously On, summed it up perfect. There's a lot of mystery and a lot of stuff to expose, so much so that I feel the last episode is going to have a long runtime, and even then might feel too crowded, too packed. The Bunny, Pietro, the kids, Double Vision, or Ultron, Monica, Hayward, Agnes, Multiverse. I felt this episode was more for normal crowds that need a bit more explaining rather than those capable of drawing their own conclusions with their imaginations. So wasn't the best episode, wasn't the worst, was really emotional and just bam. Like, I feel like Agnes made a mistake pointing out how protection spell sigils work, the symbols, and it will come into play in the next episode. Wanda will likely use it against her. But I want to know your thoughts and opinions, speculations, where you think it's going, how you think it's going to end. How much did you enjoy this episode in comparison to others? Big good one here. Eventually we will like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Help promote and rank up my channel. Stay awesome. Rock on.